morning, great few minutes before the afternoon. I am Tina C. Hines, your life transformation specialist, guiding emotionally wounded women who are on this journey from hurting to healing to happiness. I am before you once again to continue our discussion on surrendering, releasing, letting go. So I realized that I share this on YouTube as well. So hello to my YouTube friends. We go live on Facebook somewhere around close to the 12 o'clock hour, and try to be on for 30 minutes or less, give or take, to have this discussion about allowing yourself to surrender, release, let go of certain situations in our lives in order to live a healthy, happy, fulfilled life that we were meant to have. So I'm going to wait 1 minute. I need to just do a share, and then we're going to get started. So as you come in, I just realized, there we go. As you come in, say your hellos, share it with 5 people if you choose to. I just need to share it to my page, my business page, and then we are going to get started. As always, I will respond to your comments afterwards. But I like to stay focused so I can at least stay on for the minimum of 30 minutes, so you can all get back to whatever you're doing on this wonderful afternoon. So right now we are talking about the feelings and mental mechanisms when it comes to surrendering and the blockages that are preventing us from surrendering. So there are 3 major ways of handling feelings. There is suppression, repression. There is suppression, expression, and escape. Yesterday we dived into suppression and repression. Repression happens unconsciously. Suppression happens consciously. And when we suppress, it's almost like our feelings are felt later. They're felt later by mood swings, by tension, by cramps, and any other somatic conditions. When we repress all these presses, we repress a feeling. It's because there is so much guilt and fear over the feeling that it's not even consciously felt at all. So now that we have discussed suppression and repression, if you missed that discussion, please go back and watch the replay. We've only been in this for a few days, so you can play catch up. Today we're going to dive a little bit into expression, and I'm going to share with you the message of this expression, and then we're going to have a little bit of discussion, and then I'm going to release you with love. So the second mechanism of suppression is expression. With this mechanism, the feeling is vented, verbalized, or stated in body language. Y'all know the head roll. Y'all know the eyes rolled up in your head. Y'all know the body language. It's like, I don't even have to say nothing. All I got to do is, like back in the day when you knew you were in trouble and mommy and daddy, all they had to do was and you knew to zip it right then and there, or you better stop what you're doing, because when you got home you was going to get it, because you got like, I know this not my child acting up outside the house. So y'all know about that body language, and many of us still carry it to this day in our 30s, our 40s, our 50s, and maybe even our 60s. So, and acted out in endless group demonstrations. The expression of negative feelings allows just enough of the inner pressure to be let out so that the remainder can be suppressed. So sometimes we release a little bit, but we don't go all in like we really, really want to, and we hold back a little bit. And that little bit that we hold back on because we're trying to preserve other people's feelings causes us anxiety, causes us angst, makes us feel not so yummy in our tummy. This is a very important point to understand for many people in society today. Believe that expressing their feelings frees them from the feeling. The facts are to the contrary. The expression of a feeling first tends to propagate that feeling and give it greater energy. Second, the expression of the feeling merely allows the remainder to be suppressed out of awareness. The balance between suppression and expression varies in each individual depending on early training and more. And the media can also wreak havoc on you. Expressing oneself is now in vogue as a result of a misunderstanding of the work of Sigmund Freud and psychoanalysis. Freud pointed out that suppression was the cause of neurosis. Therefore, expression was mistakenly thought to be the cure. This misinterpretation became a license for self-indulgence at the cost of others. What Freud actually said in a classical psychoanalyst was that the repressed impulse or feeling was to be neutralized, sublimated, socialized, and channeled into a constructive drive of love, work, and creativity. Love, work, and creativity. If we dump our negative feelings on others, we're going to talk about that. They experience it as an attack, and they, in turn, are forced to suppress, express, or escape the feelings. Therefore, the expression of negativity results in the deterioration and destruction of relationships. A far better alternative is to take responsibility for our own feelings and neutralize them. Then only positive feelings remain to be expressed. So let's talk about this for a minute, y'all. When we're focused on our goal of surrendering, there are occasions when we feel the need to express ourselves. But sometimes the way that expression comes out, the release from our tongue, is not always received is not always received, the person on the receiving end, exactly how you interpret it. So here's an example. You know, sometimes you may hear that they say, I'm only responsible for what I say. I'm not responsible for how you receive it. I'm only responsible for what I say. I'm not responsible for how you receive it. And if you've hung around me long enough, you know my favorite thing that I say prior to saying some things, some shit, is typically straight no chaser. And when I preface whatever I'm going to say with straight no chaser, it typically means I'm going to say something that's probably going to make you a little bit uncomfortable. But at the end of the day, I'm only responsible for what I say. I am not responsible for how you receive it. When speaking to my sister friends and trying to work through getting them to shift out of their place of comfort to make the change that they desire to make in their lives based on the information that they share with me, I am unapologetic about it. Because the majority of the time we walk around on eggshells. There are people who probably needed to tell us certain things way back when, but they chose not to tell us. They allowed you to walk on eggshells. And now when you encounter someone who actually tells you the truth, you become a bit uncomfortable about it. Everyone is not intentionally trying to hurt your feelings. A lot of times people are intentionally trying to heal the feelings that you have suppressed for an extended period of time because someone told you something differently. Well, let me give you an example. Back in the day, you and your girlfriends, if you used to go to the club, my club used to be Bentley's Live Friday night in New York City. Me and my girlfriends get on the phone and be like, hey girl, we going? Hey girl, we going? Hey girl, you got a babysitter? Well, actually, I was the only one who needed a babysitter. You got a babysitter? Yep, the cousin's coming over. We got it covered. Okay, we going. What time we got to meet there? Be at the house at 9 o'clock. Look, don't play. Y'all know Tina's the driver. Tina don't play. You ain't there at 9, you left. We got to get there before a certain time because we get the discount. And if we really lucky, we might be able to get in for free. Freeze in our budget. Then we can get some more drinks. Then we can have a great time. But before we go, what you wearing? Oh, I think I'm going to wear this. What you wearing? Oh, I think I'm going to wear this. Oh, I'm going to wear this. Okay, cool, girl. And be like, you going to wear that? And what? What are you saying? What do you mean? Am I going to wear that? The tone told us. When we go, you going to wear that? It was the that. There wasn't, oh, you going to wear that? It was, you gonna wear that? The tone was the indication that there was a strong probability that we should not have worn that. But then you go and put that on. The other girlfriends get to the house, be like, hey girl, you look cute. See, we busy trying to spare someone's feelings versus being honest with them because we girls. And as girls, we're supposed to be honest. It ain't no, you gonna wear that. It's, listen, Tina, if you gonna wear those spandex, I'm gonna need you to put a jacket to come down over your butt. And if it's gonna cover your butt, it's also gonna cover your stomach. What you trying to say? Rub it on your stomach. Knowing your stomach big, you already know because you done ate like a whole loaf of bread the whole week prior. What you talking about? Then everybody gets all in their feelings. And now you mad for the rest of the night. Versus saying, hey, Tina, you can sugarcoat it and make it a little bit nicer. I got the perfect shirt, jacket, whatever, for you to wear with that. Or it's revealing too much. Let me go a little deeper, because for some of the people in the back who may not hear this, my mama. So if you have, yep, there we go, Carnita, denial. Don't even notice I'm lying. Here we go again. Does anybody have a favorite part of their body that they just love? Like, I just love that part of my body. Well, back in the day, mine used to be the twins. I loved them. Back then, I didn't have to have problems trying to find a bra. I loved the girls. And so, I loved wearing scoop neck shirts. I didn't like V-necks. I liked scoop neck shirts because I knew that it would show my elongated neck and just a hint of cleavage. And one day I was going out and my mom said to me, this was way back when, she must have either been coming to visit or whatever it was, and she goes, why you always gotta show your breast when you go out? Now, that was her indication of, you need to go put on another shirt. And my response was, what? I like them. That's my thing. I don't like my legs. I don't like my stomach. I love my breast. So I'm going to accent what I like. That was simply me embracing that component of my body. Now at 52, I get the message. still ain't concerned, but I get the message because I still like them. But when you're going, when people say certain things, it's not always for you to be on the attack mode and to be in the her. It's just, let me pull you to the side for a minute. Something broke in our house, but I'm not going to be concerned about it because I can't change it. All I can do is surrender to it. So it's not always to be on the attack mode. Sometimes it's just, I want to share something with you. But a lot of times, based on past experiences, we have a mindset of, let me go in, I'm ready. And everything does not require us to be ready, to be in attack. So sometimes we just have to sit back. Number one, we need to observe the messenger, the person delivering the message. And if they are someone who always comes to you from a place of love, you know what they're saying is coming from a place of love. It's not meant to hurt you. But we have to be open to hearing it. And sometimes we can't hear it because we're in our own space. It's almost like your love language. Everybody has a love language. It may differ from person to person to person. The way they operate can be different from person to person to person. For me, my love language is food. You feed me, I'm good. And so my love language towards other people is the exact same thing. When I recognize that people may be sick or may be going through what feels like depression, my first question is always, did you eat? It's rarely, are you okay? It's either, how are you feeling? Because I want more of an extended response. Or, did you eat? Because I know that when my clients go through a period of depression, not eating is one of the ways it's expressed. So when I ask, did you eat? That's my love language towards you, to check in on you. There are so many variables when it comes to how we choose to express ourselves, verbalize what we need. And there are a lot of occasions where we choose to bite our tongue. We choose to bite our tongue because we want to avoid an argument. We want to avoid saying something that possibly could hurt someone's feelings. Or the other person on the receiving end can't hear you as you're talking to them, so you just choose to shut up. But when you suppress it, what happens? It sits here. It sits right here in the pit of your belly. And it starts working its way through all your little vessels, your brain, your veins, and all that great stuff, wreaking havoc over you. And at some point, you have to decide, am I going to release it with love? Or am I going to verbally release it to the person it belongs to so I don't take it out on another person? who didn't deserve it. There are occasions where sometimes it's easier to release it with love. And then there are occasions where, well, I gotta speak on this. The one thing that I remember one of my executives that I supported when I worked in corporate saying to me, when I was pissed about something, like I was ready to go in, somebody was getting their feelings hurt. And he could tell, he saw the venom in my face. He said, Tina, choose your battles wisely. Choose your battles wisely. There are some battles worth fighting. And there are some battles that just gotta let it go. Physically, spiritually, and emotionally. For your own personal well-being. So, as we continue this journey of focusing on surrendering, today's takeaway, yesterday's was denial, don't even notice I'm lying. Today's takeaway is, choose your battles wisely. Write that in the comments. Choose your battles wisely. And decide what you're going to hold on to, what you're going to release, and what you're going to express. But don't let it sit in here. So, I look forward to connecting with you all tomorrow to finish this last section of the mechanisms of the surrendering. If this message spoke to you, please share it with 4 or 5 other phenomenal women. And if I can ever be of service to you, you can go to tinachines.com and set up your own personal consultation. I want you to make it an amazing, amazing day. Take care.